Hello, and welcome to this Keynote video on how to use the list builder on our website www.keynote.co.uk. Keynote is a provider of UK business intelligence with an online database of Keynote's own market reports, company reports, and people reports. There's also two very useful tools to find and analyze our company data, called the benchmarking tool and, of course, list builder that I'm going to show you today. You can read more about our products by clicking this Products tab up here. Right, let's get started. To find the list builder, click List and Benchmarking up at the top here. This list builder can be as simple or as complex as you want it to be, so I'll first show you the basics. Then I'll show you the nuances of the list builder and how useful it can be. If you are watching this video as a training exercise, I would recommend pausing it every so often and trying out yourself some of the techniques that I will show you. First off, Keynote's list builder has two separate databases: registered companies and unincorporated companies. The website automatically sets your preference to the registered companies, as naturally there is more information available in these companies, and our users are generally more interested in the registered companies as well. But if you wish to list unincorporated companies instead, make sure you select it. The rest of this video will be on registered companies, but most of the techniques used apply to both. Okay, so down on the left side, behind each of these tabs are headings for all the information that Keynote holds on companies. We have everything from their telephone number, full address with postcode, to their financial data. The majority of this can be used to narrow companies down within parameters. You may notice a little box to the right of each heading that you can tick like this. By ticking these boxes, you can decide what information you would like to be shown on the list. For example, I would like to see the company name and sales turnover and the number of employees. As you can see, they have now come up on the right-hand side. This here summarizes the information that you will be getting when you finally ask for your results. However, so far we haven't actually started narrowing down our search criteria, only the information that will show on our spreadsheet once it's done. So let's do that. This box in the middle here is vitally important to this part of the process. You may notice as I click through the headings on the right, the middle box changes what is showing. This box basically allows you to set the parameters and criteria for your search. So for example, if I'm looking for companies in the TW postcodes, I will go to Location, then to Trading Office Postcode Area, and scroll down in this middle box until I find TW, and select it like this. It is important to mention that this will have no effect until you click Apply at the bottom right of that box. So as you can see here, List Builder has found over 23,000 companies in the TW postcode. As a rule, List Builder can only show 1,000 companies at a time, so we're going to need to narrow this down. Before I do that though, you may have noticed that I didn't tick the tick box for Trading Office Postcode Area. As you can see, it doesn't affect whether the data is used to search, but it will mean that it won't be used as a visible column on the list. So I'm going to tick that, as when I download my list, I like to be able to differentiate between TW1 and TW11 postcodes, for example, for more precise data. So now I'm going to need to narrow down my list. I can do this in a number of ways. I could, for example, set my criteria to a specific SIC code. I could also search by turnover, profit, tax, or risk score. For turnover, I can set parameters of a minimum or a maximum. It's important to note that the numbers are multiplied by the 1,000, so if I put 1,000 in here, the minimum turnover would be 1 million. However, that's not what I want to do. What I want to do is search for companies in the same area as Keynote with less than 40 employees. So I do this by going down to Employees, click Financials, then Employees, putting 40 in the maximum amount here, and then click Apply. Now if you scroll down and look on the right, this number here shows the number of matching results List Builder has found within your criteria. It's under 1,000 results now, and I can now export my results. At this point, I can click Show Results, which would show my list at the bottom of the screen here, like this. I can click up here to scroll across the columns, and then I can click here to export them to Excel. So that's the basics of List Builder. Now I'm going to show you a few tricks and functions that you can utilize to improve your results. So let's say I want to see if I can add some other nearby postcodes without pushing the number over 1,000. And I also want the companies with high risk showing on their risk score. Firstly, going to Risk Score, tick the box here. Then I want to select both significantly greater than average risk and slightly greater than average risk and click Apply. You now see I only have 30 companies. Now I'm going to widen the postcode search to W and SW to cover a significant part of West and Southwest London. To do this, I go back to Trading Office postcode area, under Location. One thing you must remember about lists like this, without ticks next to them, unlike risk score or SIC code, if you click away from the postcode you first selected, then the original postcode is then unselected. The only way to get around this is to hold Control on your keyboard, and then you can select multiple postcodes. So I'm going to select W, SW, and TW. Now click Apply. Okay, so now we have around under 600 results of less stable companies with less than 40 employees in South West and West London. Also showing on my list will be the turnover of each company and their registered name. Finally, before I click Show Results, I am now going to tick the tick box on Telephone. This will, where possible, give me a contact number for each company. So I can click Show Results now. And all the information is available below. Before we finish, I'm going to save this list by clicking Change Name. I call this one Local Prospects TWWSW. Then click Save. From now on, I can always load this list by clicking Open Saved on the right here. So that's how to use Keynote's List Builder. There are many ways to find the information that you need, but the techniques are just the same to the ones that I've used here. I would recommend that you watch the video on benchmarking next, as List Builder can export its findings into a format that allows you to compare companies' financials and other key ratios against each other. We hope you found the information that you were looking for. Please don't hesitate to contact us if you have any more questions. You can find our details by clicking Contact Us at the top of the page here. Thank you for your time. Keynote, at the forefront of business intelligence.